Okay, welcome back to MX versus ATV Supercross Encore. Today we're going to keep going with the DLC track faster lines videos that we've been doing. Today we're going to do Supercross Track Pack 2. Now I did skip 2, I did 1 and 3. I had to rebuy Supercross Track Pack 2. I guess I never picked it up for the PlayStation 4. I had it for the MX versus ATV Supercross game for the Xbox 360, but not Encore. So I picked it up, ran some laps. The tracks were pretty easy. I don't feel like they were nothing too crazy now. Part of Kansas City was kind of tough for me. Was never really satisfied with that lap, but it was the best that I could get. And Pontiac, that was kind of a mess. It's not the greatest, but it's the best that I could do. Again, these are faster lines, not the fastest. Faster, and the ones that I personally know of. And since I haven't rode there very much, they may not be the greatest. If you have better ones, let me know in the comments. But we're going to jump into this, starting with Cleveland. And I think we have Charlotte, Kansas City, and Pontiac. So to start things off, we were going to be at Cleveland. Now, the first part of this track was kind of tough. Preloading into this corner, setting up just right for this section here to jump five or six, and then stepping onto the table, stepping off, into the corner, into a long section of loops. Now, the second set is a little tougher. Sometimes I lean forward, but they're pretty easy. Wheel tap into the corner, carry your speed, and then jump in and jump out. We over jump, so I do preload out. Rail this corner the best you can, and usually you can jump even over that last one there and carry better speed. I will show that after this lap, getting it cleaner. Into a wheel tap here, carry your speed around this corner, and you can jump onto the second table here, step off into the corner, and then there's a little double and a little triple coming up. And that's basically Cleveland for you. A little bit of whoops here, a triple, and then this section right here coming up. A lot of times I like to preload off of it. I feel like that's a bit faster. And there you go. That is Cleveland. Now I will show, it's like half of a lap from here as well, starting from the whoop section. Now I'm trying to remember. Got a little sketchy there. Everything's the same as the beginning lap was. Carry your speed. I do think I overjump. No, I underjump. Underjump. So I have to preload out. You don't usually have to do that, but it set us up really nice for this corner. Give it a full preload, and see, look at that. You carry a lot more speed. I actually hit the brakes quite a bit there over that triple, and then wheel tap, and again, jump onto the middle table, and everything is the same as the opening lap was. Alrighty, so we are at Charlotte. Now this track there wasn't a lot to it, and I feel like insides would be really nice to take. Now I do take mostly outsides, I think, just because it's more consistent, but I think if you put some time in here, I feel like the insides could be really, really quick too. This is the only section where there's a few different ways you can go through it, I guess. Everything else is the same, I really don't know what to say about it. I will show you a second lap. This first lap here, the opening one, is the way that I typically go around the track. The second lap is pretty much the same, except for the one rhythm section, and we'll talk about that when we get there. I think that inside would be a bit quicker. I'm guessing you might have to preload over that table, though. And this section here, with these whoops, this sandy section is wicked tough. I mean, you can get sideways, you can feel it pull on the bike. Makes it kind of tough to clear this table sometimes, at least for me. But I think we go straight into another lap here without having to cut anything. If you take this outside here, you can clear this section without preloading, which is kind of cool. And you can get into this inside line and still clear this section the same as if you were to take the outside. So that's really the only difference on this lap. And then I have a little clip showing that same section after we finish here. But I don't know. I just feel like this is one of those tracks. Kansas City was kind of the same as this. It's just not a lot of different ways you can go around the track. I don't feel there's no crazy rhythm sections, where you have to carry tons and tons of speed. So I feel like if you were, and I know I didn't do it in the video, but I feel like insides might be the way to go. Now I kind of did want to hit the inside there, and we just weren't able to. I blew the corner, and there was no way. Alright, so right here, if you hit this just right, you can jump and preload and clear that whole whoop section, which I thought was kind of cool. Okay, so we're at Kansas City now. The beginning part of this track was pretty easy. I don't really know of any other way of really going about it. Big wheel tap here. I like to preload into these whoops here, and then you can just kind of hop out, carry speed around this corner from the outside. You don't have to preload then. You can get this triple double. The inside might be better. I like taking the outside. It just feels good and it's more consistent for me. And this is where this is how I go about it. I jump all the way over the table, triple, and then what do we do here? We quad, triple, triple. Now you could quad that, but I like hitting this double. Otherwise you just have a wall to finish up, and I don't really like doing that. And then come around this corner, kind of stay high for a triple and a double, and that's a lap from Kansas City, the best that I know of personally. And last but not least, we have Pontiac. This lap is really sketchy, but it's the best that I could get. This opening rhythm section, I hit it the way I want to for this lap, but I clipped there a bit, and I do go through it again after we finish this lap. After the swoop section, these two corners coming up are really sketchy for us. We kind of blow the corner really bad, but nonetheless, I still hit this the way I would like to, with a quad and a quad out, no preload, and then rail this corner, give it a full preload, get a quad, get another quad, and then a little triple to finish up. Here I like to preload. If you don't, sometimes your front end will drop really hard and you can't clear out, so that's usually what I do. A little triple or a little double, stay to the left side, little section of whoops, and that's basically it. The back half of the track's pretty easy. There's nothing too crazy. Little double, rail the corner. You can hit this quad coming up without a preload. Not hard at all. And then rail this corner, and you can triple, double for a lap at Pontiac. So that will wrap up Supercross Track Pack 2 and the Faster Lines video on that DLC. The only one we really have left is Supercross Track Pack 4, which that one could be tough. That could be kind of a nightmare for me because I think it's Springfield and Manchester. Is it Manchester? I don't know. I think it's Manchester. Those two tracks, I don't ride them very often, and when I do, they're really, really, really tough. I just make tons of mistakes there. It's hard for me to hit the big lines. I have struggles getting around the corners the way I'd like to. It's really, really tough. I mean, I had some struggles on this one. I don't really know why. I just did. It was just one of those days. But that Supercross Track Pack 4 is really, really tough. So we'll see. Again, these are faster lines. They're not the fastest. I have people complain to me saying that these aren't the fastest ways. I know they're not the fastest ways. Well, they might be. I don't know. They're faster. They're what I know of. They're for people that are looking to learn faster lines. You know, the guys that know the really, really fast lines or the fastest ways around the track. Well, cool. I mean, you don't need help then because you know the best ways around the track. So again, it's just to show you a quicker way around the track. Not necessarily the best, but a quicker way. And I don't know, it takes me some time to put these together. Like I said, Supercross Track Pack 4 could be an absolute terror for me to try and do that. So we'll see. Thank you so much for the support on this series, though, the Encore series and the Faster Lines videos to be specific. It really means a lot to me. And if you want to see Supercross Track Pack 4 with, I don't even know what tracks are in that. I think there's 5. I think it's Santa Fe, Boulder, Jacksonville, Manchester, and Springfield. So if you want to see faster lines on those 5 tracks, make sure to destroy the like button, eat that like button up, and let me know in the comments, and maybe I will attempt, quote, unquote, attempt to put together some kind of a video for that. But again, as always, you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on everything, and until the next video, take it easy.